So, Oscar, the obvious question is, obviously you had that moment in Singapore. How did the talks go with Lando, with Andrea? Has anything changed? Have the rules changed? Is there any outcome to what happened?
I think that the talks from Singapore were very productive with everyone involved. I think the conclusion was what happened in Singapore is not how we want to go racing as a team, and ultimately Lando's taken responsibility for that. So that's in the past now, and the rules won't change because of that. I think ultimately we've got that framework in place for a reason, and that there's no reason for that to change now. So it's been dealt with, and now looking forward to the future.
Hello, Lando. Exciting battle for the championship. Normally speaking, we never know with Max, but it will be between you and Oscar. What will be or could be the key point, do you think, in this battle?
I don't know, just consistency, I guess, for me. After Zandvoort, I was a long way behind, and I just had some nice, consistent results to get a bit closer. I'm still quite a long way away, but I don't know. I don't think there is one key at the minute. It's just finishing the races and consistently being in good points finishes. That's the main thing.
George, winning Singapore and a new contract. It's been quite the couple of weeks for you. What can you tell us about the contract? How long is it, and how challenging were negotiations to this point?
Oh, it's a long one. I think about 52 pages roughly.
It's a very good answer, George. I think you know what I meant. How many years are we talking?
Yeah, definitely 2026. No. It's multi-year, obviously. Contract is a very sort of private and personal thing. So, of course, I'm not going to be showing what every single detail. But, for me, looking into next year, there was a lot of things I wanted off track to get right to allow me to perform at my very best on track, and the truth is, if every single seat was available and I could choose any single seat to race for in 2026, I would choose to be with Mercedes. So I truly think that is the place that will give me the best chance of winning the World Championship next year. With everything I know now, we might turn out to be wrong, but with everything we know now, I'm feeling really happy with the deal we've done, confident with the team, and looking forward to moving onwards and upwards.
I'm really happy to finally get the confirmation, and it's nice to see that the team is really trusting on me and really giving me their support. So I think next year is going to be completely different year with a lot of opportunities, and I'm going to try to be ready and in order to drive at my best and to fulfill the expectation. But super happy with the new contract, and now I can drive even freer for the rest of the season.
Lando Norris was asked in the press conference on Thursday how he rated your chances of winning the World Championship this year, and he said 10%. George Russell said 100%. What is the reality? I guess it's somewhere between that. What are your thoughts? Give us a percentage chance.
It's 50-50. Okay. Yeah, you either win it or you don't. So
that's true, but you have a 50.
I don't really think about it.
Yeah. When you look at these last 6 races, do you think the car will be quick everywhere?
Not sure. At the end of the day, this car is a bit different, of course, also to the previous one. So it's not a guarantee that it works everywhere. But I prefer to just look at it, race by race. So we'll try to do our best here, and then we'll move on and we'll see what we get.
I think Singapore was the race weekend I think struggled, especially in the short run, I would say. And I think didn't get probably lucky with some red flags in FP1 to FP3 that compromise a little bit in FP3 normally to focus on short run, but you have to still do long run, and I think that a little bit compromised a little bit. But especially in the this situation that you want to build the confidence with this LB21, and also each track feels like a new track. Is even though you have a lot of experience with the new car. So, but yeah, also something that I can learn from that race weekend, especially the short run prep in outlap. I think what I could have done better, but also yeah, I think it's always it's tough that you're not able to perform as you wanted in short run, but it's part of the journey to be better in the future, and that's what I'm working on hard. Last 2 races, and at least knowing that you're able to have now decent, I would say, long run pace. It helps my kind of mentality. Now I can focus more towards short run.
Charles, how are you feeling heading into these next final 6 races, knowing that obviously Singapore is a difficult weekend, you know that your rivals have taken a step ahead? What can you take from this weekend and for the next 6 to just help you guys?
I'm fully motivated. I mean, when things are not going our way, I think we're all fully motivated to try and turn the situation around. And surely we don't have any upgrades that where we might think, okay, we are going to do a significant step forward. But if we put everything together perfectly, especially on a weekend like this, like a sprint race, it can be an opportunity. So yeah, I'm looking forward to this weekend, trying to do everything perfect, and I hope we can be back on the podium, which it's been a long time.
What are the expectations coming into the weekend?
Expectations, naturally I never have expectations except for that we give it our all and we continue to improve. I think there's lots and lots of positives to take from every weekend, and there's lots of areas that we can improve on. So I think we spent time after the last race going through areas that we can improve on, and I really think that this weekend we can take a step forward of extracting more from the car that we have. You know, we've not moved the car forwards in terms of performance, but there is more performance in the car that if we execute a little bit better, I think we can extract more. So that's the goal.
What's the kind of mindset heading into this race, given before that the season had been pretty incredible?
Yeah, I mean, it's just that. It's just a little blip. Had a little bit of misfortune. Can't even remember the last 2 races. That's kind of where my mindset's at. But yeah, just kind of hoping for a bit more of an easier, smoother weekend.
In theory, I think looking at the past, even though I don't understand why it's like a bit like Zandvoort. Like on paper, it shouldn't be a good track, but then it turns out to be a good track for the team and the car. I think we will be on the top 10, fighting in the top 10. Not as quick as Baku for sure, but yes, somewhere in the mix.
What are your goals and what do you hope to accomplish here today, this weekend?
Next Q3, double points. That's my target this weekend.
Here in Texas, what are, on a personal level, some of the things that you want to accomplish?
I mean, points. We're trying to score points this weekend, and that's what the main target is. So, yeah, that's what it's very, very close at the moment, so we need to extract everything that we can, but points are the target.
Are you ready for your second podium of your career here in the United States?
Yeah, that would be very nice. I think it would be one of the best ones to do it at. We're always pushing, we're always trying, for the best. It's always about maximizing, the opportunity and your potential. Challenging weekends, always, but on top of it is a sprint. So, we go through the motions. Hopefully the car likes the track, and hopefully we're fast enough.
You haven't been in the points for a few races. Do you feel it's dropped off a little bit, or is it just a case of maximizing from race to race?
I think the races we were on the points obviously were like very good laps that put us in Q3 and in a good start position for the race, and then we maintain more or less where we are, But Singapore, I think, was just a little bit unlucky with the yellow flag there, that I was, out in Q1. But I generally think the car had a good potential in quali to maybe even put it in Q3 with a very good lap. And then when you start there, it's tough track to overtake. Maybe I could have kept in there. But generally, it was just a tough weekend. We didn't have so much the pace in the race. But I think other teams also stepped up. It's not only us doing a good job since the beginning of the year. There's a lot of people that are doing, improvements through the year, still bringing development in the car. So I think it's a little bit more difficult than what it was a few races ago. But I generally think we are still on it to score some points in these last rounds of the season.
We had some challenges in the last 2 years here. Even when in 2023 the car was performing well, we struggling here. So. We need to do something different than the last 2 events here to really score points. And the same time we come from Singapore being on the fast pace there. So it's a sprint weekend, which I think normally it is an advantage for us, knowing the circuit and having the first qualifying already. The second time we go in the car on Friday night. So yeah, I'm ready to take an opportunity if it comes.
When you're in a tight constructors battle like Aston R, is that a good thing, a sprint weekend at this point? Would you rather have those practice sessions? Where are we with the sprint this weekend?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's opportunity. It's a weekend that everything is a bit more intense, and you know, there's less time to get in the rhythm and you know, get the setup of the car figured out. So it's a challenge for the team, the drivers. But yeah, I like coming back here. So
the aim is going to be to try and maximize, you know, the potential of the car. We got an upgrade here, so it's going to be quite busy for us to try and understand how it works and how to best use it around this track. So yeah, the aim is to have a smooth weekend and hopefully get the maximum out of the car, and that's the point.
Can you just give us your thoughts on how your season has gone from a driving point of view this year?
Yeah, I think it's been a bit up and down, but since the summer break, I've found a good level of consistency, and I've also changed the way I've been approaching things a little bit and found a bit more consistent performance in that. Also within the team, some things are changing as well. So I'm in a really good place at the moment. I'm really happy with how things are going. So that's nice. And what I was aiming for at the start of the season was to see a big improvement in myself and my, you know, level of driving and capabilities, and I've seen that. So that's good.
I think, you know, I'm a realistic guy. I know it's not going to change with being pretty much the slowest car on the grid at the moment for the last couple of weekends. So I think this track should suit us a bit better, but we can't expect, you know, a massive change. So I think at the minute we just want to focus on ourselves, getting the maximum out of the car, and we'll see where it puts us in.
What have Flavio and Steve said to you about what you need to do in these last 6 races to retain your seat at Alpine next year?
I think keep doing what I'm doing. I'm working very well with the team, so very happy about that. And I think especially looking at these last 5 rounds, I think we really struggle for pace, and to see that we are not giving up and everyone in the team is staying motivated. The engineers, the mechanics, they keep pushing us as if we would be scoring points, but we are not at the moment. But it's good to see the motivation that they all have to keep pushing, keep finding more performance out of the car, and I think it's something that we are all doing, and something that when the car is good next year, it will be very important to have. So I think it's a good preparation for when our moment comes. The moment it's not there yet, but I trust that the car next year will be quick.